I recently had an experience that is very interesting and I felt I need to share with you guys. I stayed in a moment in a complex. A complex, for those of you who don't know, is usually a compound where many houses are lodged together, like an estate. Now, as per my natural self, I'd usually say hello to people, like hi, people that you don't know. I believe that you need to say hello to people, whether you know them or not, to create that small bond. I think it costs nothing and it shows that you're polite. You come from a good background. It also shows that you are perhaps a good person in some level. Now, there was this specific girl that was very different. She never said hello to nobody. What was eminent was that she was dating a Lebanese guy. You know, in Africa, when a girl, most of the place, when a girl dates a foreigner, especially a light-skinned person, Lebanese, whether Indian or anything like Pakistani, doesn't matter, they tend to become a little bit arrogant, very disrespectful to everybody, even people in a house, like workers, the lady of the house, various people. She was very disrespectful, and I saw that. So in my ways, usually as soon as I notice that somebody's not very respectful, I try to keep my distance. I try not to engage with them. Everybody knew this girl was arrogant, disrespectful. She was driving fancy cars, late 20s, early 30s, earning money, finally in her life. Very disrespectful, very arrogant. Now, something happened. Someday we found her on a alley, like the alley between houses. She was on the floor, trembling, lost consciousness completely. Now, most of the people were looking in awe, and I immediately identify that as epileptic fit, because I've seen people, fall on the ground due to that in the past. I looked at her. She was wearing like a very short dress. The dress was all over her face, and some people were coming, and more people were coming to watch, and nobody was helping. And I felt compelled in the depth of my heart to do something about it. I came next to her. I had like a towel around my neck. When she fell on the ground, I put it around her waist. I pulled down the, whatever dress she was wearing. And very kindly trying to put her on the side so she could breathe. In Africa, in many places, some people sort of run away from you when you have epileptic fit. You know that? Because many people believe that it's contagious or it's mystical or it's witchcraft or something like that. Unfortunately, many people think that you could contract epileptic by touching somebody that's epileptic who just had a fit, which is completely absurd. But I tried my best. I tried to make her feel okay and all that. Then a few minutes later, she woke up. I gave her a glass of water. I said to her, "Are you okay?" She said, "I'm okay. Do you want to go to the hospital?" She stood up, didn't answer anymore, but went back home, went to change herself. Many days later, she became very embarrassed but friendly. Now, I got a lesson from that. I was the only person that came to her trying to cover her. Because the bottom line is, many of the ladies of the area were actually looking sort of happy to see that. I know it's sad, but that's the reality. What do you expect sometimes when you conduct yourself in that way? The lesson here is you do not neglect people, whether you're in a strong position in life or not. You do not make people feel smaller than you are, whether it's reality or not. You do not become disrespectful towards people, especially when you're coming to an area, you're new in the area. And you see that a lot. Wherever you go in the world, when you find people, you need to show respect, whether you're stronger than them or not. It doesn't matter. You come to an area, you want to be considered, you want to be respected. You need to convey respect by saying hello to people. It's the simplest thing ever. And not trying to look bigger than people, because you never know who's actually bigger than you. That's the truth of the reality. So that was a very good lesson. From that on, it's just emphasized, strengthen my belief. You need to humble yourself wherever you go, because you never know who's going to come to your help. I remember many years ago, I was in South Africa, Johannesburg. I happened to go out with a friend of mine and I had my passport in my bag. I am a professional boxer, for some of you who don't know. I happen to have a world kickboxing champion. I happen to have an opportunity to urgently go and fight in Denmark. So they gave me a call. The guy that was supposed to fight pulled out of the fight, one of the guys. So the other guy had no opponent. So they say, Zack, are you ready? Do you look like you're going to take this? I'm like, hell yeah, dude. That's extra money. I didn't plan for it. I'm going to take it. Most of the time as a professional, you have to stay prepared. You have to stay ready. So I had 5 days to go. And on the 4th day, I lost my passport at night. We went, myself and I, to a friend's place. We had a drink. We had drinks and stuff. Then it was too late. I couldn't go back home. By that time, around midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, that's when I realized that I did not have my passport. I started looking for the passport. We looked for the passport everywhere we were. Went back to the restaurant where we were. Went back to the pub. Looked up and down the street. Looked everywhere trying to find the passport. Because without the passport, you're not going to travel. So he suggested we went asking to the homeless people. And I went to the homeless people. I said, hi, how are you doing? He said, I'm fine. I'm like, I've lost something. What have you lost? They were very happy to see me. Now, note here, these homeless people are people that I see very often. Whenever I come to that area, I will be very kind to them. I get out of the car and have a chat with them. Sometimes I'll buy them like fast food, KFC and whatever. And very nicely I'll speak to them. Okay? Generally homeless are very neglected. Not many people want to spend time talking to homeless people. And I believe that you cannot pretend knowing life if you have not spent time with people who have lost it all. You need to spend time with those people to sort of understand different areas of life. And these homeless people say, you've lost this passport. Are you sure it was you? I'm like, yes, 100%. He said, if you have lost this passport here, we're going to find it for you. They looked for the passport. And they called me at 6 o'clock in the morning. Please come. I came at 6 o'clock in the morning. Let's go together. We worked together for about 5 minutes. We arrived to a door, knocked at the door. The gentleman came out. He says, are you the guy looking for the passport? I said, yes, that's me. So he pulled out the passport. He said, is this yours? I'm like, yeah, that's mine. So, okay, thank you very much. I put my hand in my pocket. I put whatever money I had in my pocket. I can remember it was a good amount. Gave it to them to just go and share. So note here, these guys did not do these things because I promised them anything. They did it mainly because I was the nice guy that spoke to them nicely every day I came there. Because the bottom line is they could have sold my passport with so many visas and whatever possibilities that they could have with that passport. Sell it to the black markets. That's what happens mostly in some of these countries, especially in South Africa. Now, they tried their best to provide me with the best service possible because I was that guy that whenever I came there, I was like, hey, my fellas, how you doing? Are you having a nice day? Let's sit down, have a little chat. If there's something to eat, we ate. So, the person that's going to save your life in the future is not necessarily like a big boss or a director of a company. As much as you need to know those people in life, you need connections, you need friendship, networking with high grades, high level people in society so you can move forward. You also need to be good with normal people because you don't know how they can save you. Like I said, many people mistreat their domestic workers. You can't do that, my fella. How can you mistreat somebody that's plays with your food every single day? You gotta not be very intelligent to do such thing, because he can do anything. Look, he's got his health within your hand, and you busy insulting him, saying nonsense to them, and mistreating them, not paying them in time. You don't know, my man. Especially ladies, how you treat your helper, your domestic worker. I don't know how you call them, the maid. It's very necessary. You must be very careful. She can do anything to your life. She's got your life here and you're playing with it. And this is the lady that takes care of your child, and every single day while you go to work and you mistreating her, you insulting her, treating her anyhow. You can't be doing that. Because that is like poisoning your own food. You're poisoning your own life because this person has access direct to you that many people do not have. A lot of people out there maybe are trying to do bad things to you. And the best way they can do it is through this person. Now imagine you're mistreating the person. How hard will it be to touch you, to reach out to you, to harm you? Protect yourself, fellas. Protect yourself by being a good person. Okay, protect yourself. The last time, so I can finish, I went to a club not far from here. Not really a club, a pub. Had a good time, chatted with the guy next to me. Hey, how you doing? Why you not drinking? Like, I'm drinking, but I don't have much money. Oh, really? I bought him something to drink. He had the drink. The next day I left. I realized I lost my bank card. Okay, my main bank card. You know what I mean? I'm like, gosh, what am I going to do? I went back to this place. Guess who gave me the bank card? The person I saw the night earlier, the nights before, the guy I bought a little piece of Coca-Cola to. He gave me the card. Now just imagine I was there trying to be myself, acting big and stuff like that. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Thank you very much, fellas. Bring your comments. You know how it is. We're all going to talk about progress, human beings, behavior, relationships, networking. I think it's very important for this generation, especially African generation. You are very welcome. If you like this, please join us. We're very happy to have you and host you. And I'm sure we're going to get better and better and better as time goes. I wish you a beautiful day. God bless.